You did,
in fact,
because yeah.
As kind of just a little segue into our next segment. Speaking of things that I've canceled, speaking of things that I've canceled, one of the things I canceled recently was Netflix. So I've actually got a couple articles I wanted to show you about Netflix. And one of the things I used to cover on the old Retro Rogues live show is we used to cover the streaming wars. And the streaming wars, of course, are very relevant for you and I because we're filmmakers. And it's really important for us to kind of be, really aware of what's going on with the new streaming, well, not the new, even the new streaming services, just all streaming services, right? So here's a Associated Press article. You able to see it? Okay, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. So it says this is from the Associated Press. It says Netflix rebounds from recent subscriber losses with a third quarter gain. So Netflix reversed its recent subscriber losses with the summertime gain that management is hoping to build upon with the upcoming launch of a cheaper version of the video streaming service that will include ads for the first time. The Los Gatos, California company disclosed Tuesday that it picked up 2.4 million subscribers during the July to September period. This is a comeback from a loss of 1.2 million customers during the first half of the year amid stiffer competition and soaring inflation that's squeezing household budgets. By the way, I like that little propaganda there because that's not what it's all about. But anyway, Netflix now boasts 223 million subscribers, enabling the company to at least temporarily reclaim the mantle as the world's largest video streaming service. Walt Disney Company eclipsed Netflix in August when it reported its service had 221 million subscribers, a number that will be updated November 8th when Disney is scheduled to report its summertime results. So Disney might strike back in the streaming war here. After a challenging first half, we believe we're on a path to reaccelerate growth, Netflix predicted in a shareholder letter accompanying the third quarter results. The uptick in subscribers also helped Netflix earn $1.4 billion, or $3.20 per share, a 4% dip from the same time last year. Revenue climbed 6% from last year to $7.93 billion. The subscriber gains, earnings per share, and revenue all topped analyst projections compiled by FactSet. So one thing I think is really interesting is I know Netflix trades for something like a couple $100, I think. But isn't it funny to realize that it's technically only worth $3.10 a share? Isn't that kind of funny when you think about it? I mean, because that's if they actually were to take the total value of the company and just divide it among the shareholders, it would be $3.10. Isn't that funny how stocks work? I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
It's funny. It's funny to us, but not for them. I'll tell you that right now.
But it's been like that, Rob. I mean, it's been worse because Netflix is deflated right now, right? So Netflix stock is going down, but it's but it's not anywhere near $3.10 a share. You know what I mean? It's nowhere near that, you know?
You also said a really bad word there. You said,
what's that?
Disney. And because Disney's in a lot of trouble right now. Did you see the news today on them?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I don't even want to say right now. We talk about it privately somewhere else because it's not good. I don't even want to say it. If they had anything to do with them at that moment, there's some crazy stuff going on. We'll talk about that some other. I don't want to even talk about it right here because it's kind of crazy. Yeah,
I did have a couple more things about Netflix that I wanted to share with you because there's some.
Go ahead.
There's a lot going on with Netflix right now.
What else is going on? Because when you said Disney, that was kind of because Disney's, there's some stuff going on with them that's not too happening right now, and they're trying to dig out of that hole that something happened. And
well, Disney and Netflix are definitely the main competitors in the streaming wars right now. I don't think there's any doubt of that right now, that because they're seesawing. Like I said, according to that article back in August, Disney had actually surpassed Netflix, and now Netflix is back. And in November, when Disney starts reporting their earnings, Disney could be striking back. But here's another thing about the Netflix story that I wanted to share with you. So
Yeah.
It says here, this is from the USA Today. This is dated today, October 18th. And it says, Netflix account crackdown. Sharing your password. It will cost you starting in 2023.
What?
Sharing your Netflix password with people who are not in your household, your days may be numbered. Netflix said Tuesday it will roll out plans globally to monetize account sharing early next year. How it will work. Netflix will make it easier for you to share your Netflix account with family or friends who don't live with you by creating sub-accounts or extra members. Each sub-account would get a login, profile, and personalized recommendations. The company said this week that you will also be able to transfer your profiles to new accounts, which will make it easier for people who share accounts to get their own. We've landed on a thoughtful approach to monetize account sharing, and we'll begin rolling this out more broadly starting in early 2023, Netflix wrote in a letter to shareholders. After listening to customer feedback, yeah, right, we are going to offer the ability for borrowers to transfer their Netflix profile into their own account, and for sharers to manage their devices more easily and to create sub-accounts, extra member, if they want to pay for family or friends. Do you get what's going on here, Rob? They are going to crack down on the password sharing. So if you have, like, one thing I wonder about is, you know, my situation, you know, I have kids that I'm not with their mom. They go back and forth. And I can't help but wonder, are they going to, if I hadn't canceled Netflix already, right? Because I did, would they come after me because they're trying to do Netflix at their mom's house and my house? That's what they're going to be going after in this.
So you're going to have a Netflix police, huh? Is that what's happening here?
Yeah. And I don't you like the spin in the article, though? The spin is all like, oh, now you can add family and friends. I've always been, I added my family and friends a long time ago, right? By sharing my password, you know? And now they're like, oh, now we're going to give you this option. Well, what's going to happen when you don't take the option and you're sharing your password, right?
Yeah. Well,
that's what they don't want to tell you.
Well, plus they didn't say how much it was going to cost to share it too. I think you just say, come on, what do you do? Set up like 10 people right now and go ahead and get their location set, ready to go. So when it's time, you just give them a rundown of 10 different people, well, whatever, you know, how many people it is, and just tell them and say, yeah, this is all my family. What am I going to have to prove they're all my family next on top of that? And for free? Or are you going to charge me 50 cents for each one?
They're going to charge. You know that.
Yeah,
they absolutely are going to charge you for these sub accounts.
All these people,
it's absolutely coming.
Everybody gets their hands out, man. Everybody has their hands out. Yeah, so you got rid of it. It's gone. So you got no more.
I have the Disney bundle. I have the Disney bundle, which is Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, and I just didn't feel justified in paying for both services anymore. You know, obviously, I'm trying to save some money. You know my situation, so I'm trying to save some money. I'm trying to cut expenses and stuff like that, and so I couldn't justify doing both. To be honest with you, I'm even thinking about getting rid of Disney Plus. But the reason I'm not getting rid of the Disney bundle is my kids like anime, and there's a lot of anime on Hulu. Hulu actually has a lot of anime. So does Netflix, but Hulu actually seems to have more anime than Netflix does. So that's one of the reasons I made my decision. And also, as far as I know, they didn't renew Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai was my favorite show on Netflix, and they have not announced a renewal of Cobra Kai. So that's another reason that I personally dropped Netflix. So I've chosen sides in the streaming wars. I'm basically, even though I have lots of problems with Disney as a company, I currently am only a Disney bundle subscriber. I'm no longer a supporter of Netflix at all. I've cut that cord, so to speak.
So,
and I have one more. I have one more Netflix thing for you that I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think you're going to think this is interesting as well. So do you see this article? This is from, let's see, TechCrunch.com. Okay. And this is dated October 7th. All right. And it says Netflix reaches historic deal with AMC, Regal, Cinemark to show Knives Out sequel in theaters. For the first time, a Netflix movie is getting a 1-week theatrical sneak preview event across 600 AMC, Regal, and Cinemark theaters in the U.S. The historic deal marks the first time all three major theater chains have agreed to show a big-budget Netflix movie. Viewers will get a chance to watch Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, the Knives Out sequel, in theaters during Thanksgiving weekend. That's November 23rd to the 29th, exactly 1 month before Netflix releases the film to its platform on December 23rd. Tickets go on sale Monday, October 10th. The streaming giant also announced yesterday that the film would play in select theaters across the U.S., Canada, the UK, Ireland, Italy, Germany, Spain, Israel, Australia, and New Zealand. Netflix acquired the rights to Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, and Knives Out 3 for a reported $450 million. The streamer is likely hoping the theatrical release will bring new subscribers to the streamer who want to watch the film in their homes. Over the summer, the company experienced a loss, we already talked about, of nearly 1 million subscribers, and I am now part of that loss. So what's really interesting about this, Rob, is that for forever, the movie theaters have basically told Netflix they will not show their movies because Netflix has insisted in being able to release those movies in the theater and on Netflix at the same time. So for the first time, the theaters have made a deal where Netflix is going to be releasing these movies, basically a month before it comes out on their service in the theater. So this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So do you actually want to go see this in the movie theaters?
I didn't see the first one. Did you? Did you see it? Knives Out?
No.
I didn't either.
Yeah. I mean, Cobra Kai is, yeah. I still need to catch the last season here. I still haven't got time to even see that yet. So.
Well,
I
think you actually came on my stream, I think, for a little while. Remember, I actually had to watch both seasons back to back. I had to watch the last season because I had missed the previous season. And I actually watched Cobra Kai, the last 2 seasons back to back. And I will say this, because I think the last season is season 5 at this point. In my review, I kind of mentioned that I definitely favored season 4 over season 5. But still, as far as I know, as of right now, Netflix has not announced a renewal of Cobra Kai. So that's one of my reasons that I'm like, why do I need Netflix? Cobra Kai was the only thing I was watching on Netflix. So why do I need Netflix anymore?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, I got to watch it. Give me something to do. It's pretty good stuff. Really surprised. A lot of people make fun
I love
of it.
Johnny. I love Johnny and I love Kreese. Kreese and Johnny are my jam, man. They're awesome.
People, I talk to other people about it and say, hey, did you catch the Cobra Kai? They're like, what? Nah, I ain't watching that. That's, that's dorky. It's like,
dorky.
So, come on, man. I said, you haven't seen it. I said, you got to watch it.
Is that your kids talking?
It's awesome.
Is that your kids talking?
No.
Is that your kids saying it's dorky?
No, this is other adults. Other adults.
Holy cow, man.
Get it. I'm like,
these guys don't like Karate Kid or what?
I go, man, it's beyond 2.0, man. It's 5.0. It's good stuff, man. It's all up to date. It's a whole different world, man. But the same actors, but they just turned it up big time. A lot of surprises in it, It's really cool stuff.